in rapport and creating rapport, in the advanced training, one thing that we talk about is a transactional analysis. And the transactional analysis talks pretty much about three people that are in every person. There, you got the child. First, you got the parent. You got the child. They got the adult, and then you got the child. So the reason why we have this in building advanced rapport is to create bonding and keep the conversation going well. And when there's conflict, you learn how to, work around it. So in every person, there's always three of these ego states. We call them ego states. You got ego state as a parent. Some they are adults, and they again, a third ego state is a child. So in the parent, you got two types of parents. Okay, you got the critical. You got a critical parent, and you got the nurturing parent. Okay. If I say, go to your room, you need to clean your room. Is that nurturing parent or that's critical parent? Critical parent, right? Exactly. If I say, are you okay? Okay, come up. I'll help you. What is that? Is that nurturing or that's critical?
Nurturing.
That's nurturing. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Now, the next one is the adult. When you say as an adult is pretty much, it's all logic and reason. Okay. Logic and reason. Okay. Reason. And you got the third, which means like, you stick to the facts and the figures and just stay calm and collected and all that good stuff. With a child, there's three types. There's pretty much different types of children. You got the rebellious child. Okay. Rebellious child. How many of you were rebellious children when you're growing up? Besides me. Okay. Rebellious child will be like, oh, don't tell me what to do. I'm going to do it, regardless. Okay. So this is a kind of rebellious child. So مشاغب بالضبط. Exactly. I spend a lot of time at the principal's office. Does that ring a bell? And yet you got also the adaptive child. And then you got the wise professor. Wow. Right? The adaptive would be they want to seek your approval. Oh, do you like me? Do you want to play with me? Do you want to be my friend? That's the adaptive child. Okay. And now you got the wise professor. The wise professor is the children will tell you, oh, did you know that Venus is the only planet that has iron?
Hotter than Mercury.
Right?
So it's like, Mercury.
What's that?
It is hotter than Mercury.
Hotter than Mercury, exactly. So that is a wise professor. Okay. So that is another ego state. So why am I sharing that with you? Because in sales, I want you to pay attention to two of them, pretty much most of them, which will be the rebellious. Okay. Who gave you my number? Is that critical? What kind of parent is that?
Critical.
That's a critical parent. Okay. Who gave you my number? Okay. Or it could be actually more of a rebellious child. Okay. Who gave you my number? What did I say? Instead of saying, instead of fighting him back, the technique talks about if anybody comes to you from a rebellious child, where would you come back from?
Nurturing.
Nurturing parent, exactly. So the rebellious and the nurturing, they are come together. Okay? So anytime that someone comes to you from rebellious, okay, so for example, tell me, oh, who you think yourself you are, you don't call me Sheikh Masoud. Then you say, I'm sorry, I apologize. I didn't even pay attention to this. And is it over or should we start all over again? Okay, now you pull back. So you need to accept and then reverse that energy around. That's why these two work together very well. Okay, so you want to avoid to coming across as critical parent. That is a big no. This, you don't want to come across as a critical parent. You always want to come between those two. And I don't want to go in details, and this is more like advanced stuff, but I want you to focus on nurturing, and I want and the adult. Those the two that I want you to keep in mind. This, the adult, and the nurturing. Okay, so nurturing and adult. This one and this one. Those two you want to focus on. Anytime someone comes to you as a rebellious child, you want to go to nurturing. Nurturing, for example, when I was ending the pain funnel, it's like, you're not alone. Most people that we work with, they're dealing with the same challenge. That is nurturing parent. Your clients, your prospects, they need you to be nurturing. So if someone tells you, this price is too high, okay? And most salespeople, what they do is like, well, no, it's actually not, because, other companies are charging this. Now, what are you doing? You're coming as a wise professor, okay? Or you're coming across as a rebellious child, and that doesn't work. You need to come across as either adult or nurturing. Now, nurturing would be sound like, what, I understand where you're coming from, that you think that, the price is too high. And I certainly you don't want to invest in a product that's price is too high. Okay. Or you want to come to a reason. What caused you? That's interesting. You said that. What caused you to say that the price is too high? Spin it back on them and let them now talk. Right? So these two is what I want you to focus on in all your communication. And this will just help you in sales. It will help you with your family. It will help you with your friends. It will help you be able to build better relationships with other people. Okay. So nurturing and reason and the adult. Those are the two, ego states that I want you to start practicing and be aware of in your communication. Everybody understand? Yes? Good. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on.